first, a little bit of an introduction so that people will know who you are.
Great. So my name is Monika Zands. I'm a business consultant and a life coach over in Los Angeles, California. And I got into the business of coaching and training people to grow their business, to grow their mindset, because I had to grow myself. I was in a really situation where I was constantly working for other people, selling my time for money, and it just wasn't fulfilling for me. And I also was a mom of 2 young children and felt like I was away from them 60 to 100 hours a week and no longer was okay being that kind of a mother with that kind of presence in my children's life. So I decided, okay, I'm going to do something about that. I started working one-on-one with people. It started with interviewing people, and I just was really good at asking the questions that helped people start to see themselves differently. And as a result of that, people gave me the feedback, wow, I've never felt the way I feel after you asked me these questions. So then I moved into the space of being able to really coach people one-on-one and help them see life through completely new lenses, help them to shift their perspective so that the way they related to themselves in the world would change and they weren't stuck in their old patterns anymore. And the minute you're not stuck in your old patterns, you can introduce a whole lot of new things and you can try a bunch of things on and you're way more open-minded to it. And that's where my experience with Profit First came in. I'm constantly looking for ways to enhance the offering that I give my clients to be better versions of themselves and better for their clients. And Profit First was a long time I was looking for a solution that was easily implementable. And as you and I have discussed, that it took some commitment on their part, but because of that commitment, the reward was higher.
Right. So did you experience in your own business, when was that point that you said, okay, I can generate money, I can get clients, but something's not working here in terms of profits, in terms of money left over for me to use? Did you experience that feeling?
Yes. Early on in my business, I was growing and felt like it was so easy for me to share with people. I shared from my heart. It was never this intense sale. It was always like, hey, if this is supposed to be what journey we're supposed to take together, let's explore what that is. And at a certain point, I had a lot of clients, no more time, and I wasn't managing what that was bringing in. It was like, oh, good, I have more clients, I'll spend more. And it wasn't spending more on personal stuff. I wasn't frivolous. It was, I kept reinvesting into my business, a new marketing class, a new business class, anything I could do to become a better person for the people I was serving. So the part of me that justified, well, I'm doing it for my business and I'm doing it for my clients was on the right track, but totally misfounded in terms of how much money to spend, when to spend it, why to spend it, and how to leverage the revenue that was coming in and then the profit that I wasn't putting aside for myself.
Awesome. You know, I have like a blunt question for you, if I may. You know, a lot of people in the spiritual arena they have thoughts that money and spirituality don't go together. So if you're spiritual, then you're not supposed to make a lot of money, you're materialistic. What do you think of that?
So I have a master's in spiritual psychology here in LA, the University of Santa Monica, and our teachers deal with that question in almost every single class here. Every time someone asks that question. And the first thing I would say is, where's the question coming from? If you are spiritual in nature and your question is about how do I adhere to the definition of being present, being available, recognizing the spirit of the universe, providing abundance and being in alignment with the abundance. Abundance is meant to be had so that it can be used and paid forward. And a lot of people, this is something that was misinterpreted even in The Secret. I actually coached the director of The Secret. And in that film, if you don't know what it is, it talks all about the concept of abundance. And abundance is not an esoteric pie in the sky. I hope for things to happen and I get an alignment and set an intention and then it happens. It's the universe meets you at your point of action. So part of our action is getting clear about what we're spending our money on, getting clear about the money we need to run a business, getting clear about how we best serve our clients by the tools, the training, the education, the experience that we have so that we can be a broader base to offer more to the people we're serving. So I believe that it's still service orientation to life, but that service orientation has a component that's an exchange of money and energy. you're not compromising the exchange of energy when you accept money, so long as you're not hoarding the money. But that goes for any mindset. You're not taking the money and using it just for you and forget about my clients. You're receiving the money as an exchange, and you're using the money in an exchange. And when people begin to adapt to that philosophy and that understanding, then let's make all the money in the world so that I have more flexibility and choice of what I will do with it.
That's brilliant. Nothing short than brilliant, I got to tell you. So my final question for you would be, so what do you say to people who hear about Profit First for the first time? And they're like, what? Opening 5 accounts? What are you talking about? That's such a big hurdle for me, or so complicated and complex. Maybe there's an easier way to do it. I don't need it. What do you think?
Well, I would ask the question first, what does it cost you not to? So right now, what is it costing you not to have the organization and the structure in your finances? And then what does that story and relationship to money create? Because I don't know that 5 accounts is for everybody. But even in Profit First, there's ways that you do what you do according to what you need that's best for you. But you have to first analyze and understand, why am I doing what I'm doing? And what I love about Profit First is it breaks it down into such simple pieces. Oh, you have an operating expense account. Oh, you have an owner's compensation account. You need to get paid. Oh, you have a check that comes in. How do I disperse the money so that at the end of the year, I'm not hit with taxes, I'm not prepared, and I don't have enough money in my savings account. And I'm not doing fun things, which makes me a more excited, more fun, more happy person, so that you're more attracted to what I have to offer you, and you see the light at the end of your tunnel. So I would say, before you poo-poo on something that you don't actually know how to use, can you ask new questions of yourself, shift your mindset a little bit, and consider, what does it cost me to not have the organization and the structure that I need to get where I'm going?
That's brilliant. I want to thank you personally, because beyond the fascination of listening to you speak, you have been able to narrow down all the big concepts. In your answers, you were able to pinpoint the exact issues that were, I think, the solutions for these big questions. And the questions were pretty big. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ariel. It's such a pleasure to meet you and such a pleasure to share this time with you.